Baby, I'm too young to know any better, but I guess I'm just too old to care. I'm waiting on the morning light to clear the air. Now the sky is hung with regret, letting go that you may black. All the silence that keep me coming back. I'm the one that you hated. You know, the one you didn't want to believe. The one that you hated. Take a look at it now. I'm the one that you created. The one that you hated.
Whoa, boy!
love that one.
If that song don't get you hyped, I don't know what will get you hyped.
I know, man. That, and again, just so everybody knows, that is the drummer from Guns N' Roses that reached out to Eric and collabed on that one. And that's just an awesome song. I know the day is going to be good when I hear that intro.
You know,
That's just
Eric's a
awesome
pretty popular
stuff.
guy. I mean, Eric kind of knows everybody. He's got himself a network going there.
He does. But and he knows you, and you are. Who are you, Jimmy?
I am
Who
the
are
Big
you?
Show. So welcome to the Big Show. This is the Big Show hosted by myself. My name is Jimmy Smith. Basically, what I do is I help men kind of better themselves. I talk to men about dating, masculinity, men's health, and just what makes a man of man. I work as a medical clinic director that oversees a clinic that specializes in obesity medicine. I also have 24 years of experience in health and wellness and been a life coach. I've been a masculinity coach and a relationship coach for about 10 years now. So basically my job is I just try to make men the best versions of themselves that I can be. Alongside of me here to my right is Dwayne Ward, my co-host and color commentator. As always, he always likes to provide the insights and great experience from what he's got going on. And today, men, what we want to talk about today is men's health. A lot of this channel here is derived around a bunch of men who are seemingly not in the best part of their lives.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys out there are sometimes in the lowest part of your lives. You're going through some major stuff, man. I mean, you guys have, gotten out of divorces here recently. You might have lost your kids. You might be currently in a battle right now in the court system, trying to fight tooth and nail to see those little babies of yours. You're just going through it, man. And let me tell you something, Dwayne and I understand where you guys are coming from. We understand where you're at, and it doesn't feel good.
No.
Being able to lock arms with guys like us and be a part of a community where men can talk about these issues really helps kind of staff off that depression and that anxiety and that feel of just worthlessness that all of us feel. Men don't have the luxury many times of expressing our feelings because the world looks at us differently. So we want you guys to know that not only are you not alone, but we understand you, bro. One of the things that we can do besides fighting in the court systems, besides sharing our stories, is we can better ourselves. The great thing about men is that we're a blank slate and we can make ourselves into the kind of person that we want to be. Life is not over. A lot of us had started from nothing. We built something up and we lost it all, and we're starting from nothing again. And if that sounds like you, understand you're not alone. Okay. One of the biggest things that I can do, or one of the biggest things that I help people with to improve themselves, besides things like building up your personal infrastructure, being on your purpose, being more masculine, being a leader of women, and being more charismatic. One of the things that I like to help people with is building their bodies, becoming the best version of yourself that you can be, because we all understand what some of the benefits are of exercising. And let me tell you something, if you just did this one thing, you would set yourself aside from 80% of the world that around you.
Oh,
A lot of us are going through things like depression and anxiety right now. There's a lot of stress that we have, a lot of self-esteem and self-confidence issues, and nothing staffs off of those things I just mentioned better than being in top physical shape. Some of you guys were athletes back in the day. Some of you guys were at the top of your game back in the day, and life has a way of kicking you in the balls over and over again. And now we're in a situation right now where, You look in the mirror after coming out of that shower, and you don't even sometimes recognize the man that you see looking back at you.
That was an extra on Star Wars the last time I got out of the shower. Thought it was Jabba the Hutt's twin stunt double or something.
You go, all you need is a hot ass Princess Leia to choke on a little bit. That nothing wrong with that.
I keep suggesting that to the wife, but she keeps turning me down.
She's not down with that.
Well,
hold on. Which part? The Princess Leia bikini or the choking? Which part is she not down with?
Whoa, you bring up an interesting thing.
Because hey, I'll take one of the two.
I'm writing that down. I was attacking it from the Princess Leia perspective. That's not her issue. I don't know.
But listen, I mean, we all know the benefits of, how exercise affects just mental health.
Yeah.
Some of the things I'm looking right here on the screen is it helps depression and anxiety. It helps decrease stress, helps you sleep better. The brain boosting powers of exercising, and of course, self-esteem and self-confidence. Look, women out there, they're looking for the top tier of men. They want the pre-select guys. And we have to do the best we can to make ourselves into the kind of men that these women want in their spaces. And one of the things that bring women towards you more than anything else is a man's confidence. Mm-hmm. A man walks into the room, that aura that he gives off radiates amongst that room. Yeah. We all know these highly charismatic men out there. And when these men walk into a room, they command that room. I want you to be back into that kind and caliber of man that represents what I just said. When's the last time you walked into a room and you felt that confident? Has it been a while? Well, then you get back to it, man. Listen, you got to get back into that gym and you got to be on your purpose, guys. Okay. Yes, we understand that making money is important. Yes, we understand that building your infrastructure, your brain, all that's important. Not saying it's not. But if you can carve off 4 or 5 hours a week, you can change your whole mindset and change the paradigm in which you see this world through, the lens in which you see the world around you. Okay. So let's talk about some of the benefits of exercising. Okay. When it comes to depression and anxiety, we both know it's a proven mood booster. It decreases symptoms of both depression and anxiety. Physical activity kicks up the endorphin levels, the body's famous feel-good chemical produced by the brain and the spinal cord, and produces feelings of euphoria and happiness. You just are in a better mood when you exercise.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not telling you nothing you don't already know. We've got to get back onto it. What about stress? You guys stressed out there? Figuring out
every day.
Figuring out why in the hell, how the hell we're going to keep pushing through this crazy world that we live in, right? The anxiety of wondering where the next meal is going to be sometimes for you guys, or if you're going to be able to pay the bills, or
see your kids, what's going to happen in divorce court or at the custody exchange, or what's happening in the news today. I mean, men are stressed by that from the moment they wake up to the minute they go to bed. And how do we navigate that? And you're saying that, getting fit or, get exercising and doing those things, that's one big area or one big component of that overall well-being.
100%. Increasing your heart rate can actually reverse stress-induced brain damage. That's, by stimulating the production of neurohormones and, things like that. And it not only improves like cognition and mood, but also improves thinking clouded by the stressful situations. You guys ever been in a situation where you got so much coming at you at once that you just want to punch through the wall? Your brain is so clouded that you just don't know where to start because you can't see, your hand in front of your face. Well, decreased stress levels and exercise help kind of clear that fog away for you to be able to be productive or more productive than you have been. What about the self-esteem? What about the self-confidence? We both know that losing weight and increasing muscle tone, there's no shortage of physical achievements that come from regular exercise. We both know that. All of these achievements can be added up to a whopping boost in self-esteem and the confidence that comes from it. You guys, you remember how you felt back a few years back when you looked and felt your best, when you put on a nice button-down shirt and the arms are a little tight and you're feeling like, okay, I got a little something going on. My push-ups are working. you know, and you're walking through a crowd and you catch a few people staring at you from the corner of their eye. It feels good, man. It feels good. When's the last time you guys felt that?
I mean, I feel when I put on a shirt, I feel it every day, but it's more in the chesticle area and the lower area. Is that
the tightness of your shirt, you mean?
Yeah, right up
Yeah.
here. Yeah, it's like B cup arena. Is that? I mean, is that the same thing?
It's not.
Okay.
I think a training bra would be probably adequate for that. Yeah.
A bro picking on
A
Seinfeld.
training bro.
There we go. Okay.
But you know, I mean, we all know what it does for our self-esteem when you're at top peak, you know, fitness and things like that. What about better sleep? Some of you guys are not getting any damn good quality sleep, man. You're sleeping 6, 7, sometimes even 8 hours of sleep, but you wake up like you haven't slept all night. You're not getting that deep REM3 sleep that you need, where your brain just shuts it down. You fall into that comatose state and it rebuilds cells at nighttime. You're sleeping too lightly, or you're having a hard time falling asleep because of your obesity. Your body's just deconditioned, man. It's not, you know, functioning the way that it was designed to function. So energy levels and sleeping habits become one of the first things you'll see, even within the first very week of exercise, that you'll notice. Another thing too, a brain boost. You know, building intelligence and strengthening memory, you know, brain boost and brain power in a number of ways. I mean, scientists have been studying, you know, mice and humans and, you know, for many years. And, you know, there's a direct correlation between the cardiovascular exercises that creates new brain cells and, you know, processes called neurogenesis. It all improves brain performance. It improves cognitive decline, or prevents cognitive decline and memory loss. You know, I mean, there's just nothing bad, guys, that can come out of being in better cardiovascular health and improving your skeletal muscle mass. So if you're looking for ways to increase, you know, the mental part of it, the mental benefits of exercise, if you will, these are the 5 ways. It helps depression and anxiety, decreases stress, increases your self-esteem and confidence. You have better sleep at night, better energy levels throughout the day, and the brain boost that you get from it.
So a lot of the guys, I mean, that are going to be on here, they're going through a custody battle. They're having challenges, you know, with their ex-spouse, and on top of all the I say the normal things that we all face, making sure the mortgage is paid, what's going to come out of Congress next, you know, all the different things, all those stresses. And, you know, since we have moved from that agricultural environment now to where everyone's pretty well sedentary. I mean, I sit down, I work from home. So, I mean, my exercise is walking a flight of steps to sit down for 10 hours working. And then, of course, all the other things I do. Transition that you are talking about, you know, working out 4 to 5 hours a week. So that sounds about 30 to 45 minutes a day. Is that, am I doing the math
I'm
right?
thinking an hour a day, 4 days or 5 days a week. Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, guys, you know, for those of you who think you have to be in the gym, or for those of you who think I'm in the gym for hours a day, I'm not. I'm not in the gym more than an hour. If I'm in the gym more than an hour, I'm talking too much. I get in there, I hit it, I put my earbuds on, I'm focused, and I get the hell out. Okay. And think there's 168 hours in a week. And if you can just give yourself 4, it'll change your life.
Wow. So so I have committed and I'm sure I'm going to catch some heck over this, but I have committed to getting to exercising, to eating right, to, you know, trying to make the best version of me that I can. Where do I start? What do I do?
Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to find yourself a health club to go to. And what I would recommend strongly for that, guys, is to kind of stay away from the cardio only health clubs and find something that has resistance training. The benefits of resistance training far outweigh the benefits of cardiovascular health by itself. Now, look, if you're looking to run a half marathon or compete in a triathlon or something like that, cardio is your best bet. But if you're looking to tone and firm, and what that means is keep the lean muscle that you have or build more and burn the fat around it, giving you an athletic type of build, you have to incorporate resistance training or anaerobic training into the mix. You cannot do only cardio, okay? Let me give you a tip that I've told people many times, and I come with 24 years of experience. For any of you guys who have ever been into a health club, when you walk into a health club, Where are all the deconditioned people? They're doing the same two things, abs and cardio, abs
Right.
and
Yeah.
cardio.
Yeah.
Where's all the stone cold stunners at? The men and women who are in fantastic shape, where are they at?
They're
In the free weight
benching.
section.
Yeah.
They're in the free weight
Okay.
section.
Yeah, good
They
point.
understand the benefits of adding lean skeletal muscle mass to your body. Let me give you a reason why, okay? We all know that if you want to keep your health and your weight under control, you can't be in a surplus of calories. We know this, okay?
Right.
If you want to lose weight, in layman's terms, you have to be in a deficiency of calories. If you want to gain weight, you have to be in a surplus of calories. Now, of course, it goes a little more in depth than that. You know, what type of calories, how many calories, things like that. But let's for this purposes, let's just kind of say, look, we're going to keep it around, 500 calorie deficit of what we need every day, and we will be able to lose a little bit of weight and make sure that we staff off the extra body fat on our body. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So, what determines a person's caloric need throughout the day? Okay. So for instance, if I tell Dwayne he needs 2,800 calories a day and I need 3,500 calories a day, what determines that? Like, is it because I'm taller than Dwayne? Is it because I'm, hold more muscle than Dwayne? What is it?
Yeah, what is that?
There's two things that determines a person's caloric need. Number one, their BMR. BMR stands for basal metabolic rate.
Okay.
A basal metabolic rate is the bare minimum amount of calories that a person needs to maintain body function. It is not how many calories a day you need to eat in order to lose weight. It's the amount of calories you need to maintain body function. So, for instance, if you were asleep or in a coma for 24 hours, you're still going to burn some calories, right?
Right.
If you go out to your car and you turn your engine on but leave it in park, will it eventually run out of gas? Yeah. Now, you're not going to burn as much gasoline as if you drove it around town, but it still requires gasoline to maintain engine function. Well, if you were sleeping or sedentary for 24 hours a day, there's still calories that need to be used up for your heart to beat, brain activity, and digestion to happen. That's called a BMR, your basal metabolic rate. Okay. The bare minimum amount of calories needed to maintain function. To find out what you need to eat every day to keep your body weight is, you got to take your BMR and add in your activity level. So let's say you have two twins, right? And one's a librarian and the other twin is a roofer that hangs shingles on a roof. We both know they're going to burn different amount of calories. The guy who's a roofer is going to burn 1,000 more calories a day than a librarian ever could. So he's going to require 1,000 more calories in this hypothetical than the librarian was going to require. So if that's true, right? If it's maintaining body function, then you have to understand what is the biggest thing on your body that requires energy, because we all have about the same sized heart, about the same size length of organs and things like that. But here's well, Dwayne has a little tiny heart. Okay. He needs like 4 calories a day to maintain that thing. It's like a marble. But the main thing that requires calories is a person's lean muscle mass.
Okay.
Think about it. A car that is a V8 requires more gasoline than a 4-cylinder. So if you hold more muscle, you have to have more calories in order to maintain that muscle. That's why it's a little easier for guys to lose weight than it is for females, because generally speaking, men hold more muscle than women, so we can eat more food and still lose weight. Now, I say that to say this. The best way for you to keep body fat off of your body or burn body fat is to add more muscle to your body. For every 1 pound of muscle that you can add to your body, it will require an extra 50 calories a day. So let's do a hypothetical. Let's say I got 2 guys, and let's say for easy math, these guys need 2,000 calories a day to maintain their body weight.
Okay.
So if they eat 2,000 calories a day, they're never going to gain or lose weight. They're taking in what they expend. Okay. Let's say that neither one of these guys ever changed their diet and they never did 1 day of cardio, but all person A did was hit the weights and put on 2 pounds of muscle. Okay. Person B didn't change anything. For every 1 pound of muscle that you add to your body, it requires an extra 50 calories a day. So what's 50 times 2? 100. So person A is eating 2,000 calories. He used to need 2,000 calories, but he added 2 pounds of muscle. So now his caloric need is 2,100. He never changed his diet, never did cardio. He's still eating 2,000, and it puts him in a 100 calorie a day deficit. And now he's losing fat and never changed a thing.
Wow. Okay. I never
That's
thought about
why
that way.
it's
All right.
important for not only men, but for females also to add as much lean muscle to your body, because the more muscle you have, the more food you can eat and still lose weight.
Okay. So does cardio have a place in weight loss, or
Yeah.
it does.
It does.
Okay.
It does. Look at cardio like hunting, and look at muscle building as farming, right?
Okay.
I want you to do a whole lot more farming than you are hunting. Okay. Because also, too, keep this in mind, guys, unless you have goals of, again, running half marathons, or, if you want to be in good cardiovascular shape, you have to do cardio. But I'm referring to if you want to tone and firm and lose body fat, it's really more about the amount of calories you take in and the amount of muscle that you are building than it is cardio. Okay. I cannot change my diet at all. Let's say that I need 2,000 calories and I'm taking in 25. That means I'm gaining weight. Well, if I wanted to, I could just burn 1,000 calories a day on the cardio machine, and I'll be in a 500 calorie deficit and never change my diet. I could do that, but that takes a lot of work. It's far harder to burn 1,000 calories on a treadmill than it is to just not eat an extra 5 or 1,000 calories.
True. Yeah.
So manipulation of calories is best served at the dinner table than it is on the cardio machine. But if you're looking to get in really good shape, well, then maybe what you do is you do a little bit of resistance training and add a little cardio in for the first 3 months. But for sustainability, you don't really need to do a whole lot of cardio. You just keep hitting the weights. Also, let me give you this.
Okay.
Let me give you this scenario. Me and Dwayne, we get on a treadmill. We put it on 3.5 miles an hour, which is a brisk walk. It's a pretty fast walk. Okay.
Right.
Have you ever looked to see how many calories you actually burn after an hour of walking?
Not much.
It ain't much, man.
Yeah, I think it's like in the 100, maybe.
It's 150 at most.
Yeah.
120
on a good day. Yeah.
Now think about this. Think about this, right?
It's like not even a donut.
Correct. If you were like one Dunkin' donut is 400 calories.
Oh, that hurt.
So if I give you the
Hurt me right
option
here.
of one of two things, if I said, Dwayne, you can eat this donut,
Right.
but in return, we've got to do 3 hours of cardio, or you cannot eat this donut and you can go and watch TV for 3 hours. Which one are you going to do?
Oh,
You're
boy,
not going
I'm
to
on
eat the damn donut. I'd much rather not eat that donut and go and spend time. Well, Dwayne might eat a donut. 'cause
I'm
he
sort of
can't-
kind of going. I mean, let's be honest and real here. I did not get where I'm at today by
Hey,
working.
and if
with
you're
that,
willing to
but
give me 3 hours of cardio when you're done,
I'm
fine.
not willing to do that either. But
Well, then you can eat the donut.
then I look like this. Yeah, no,
That's right.
I mean,
That's
the
right.
way- I mean, the math, yeah, it makes perfect sense. If you don't want to eat the donut, you can don't eat the donut and go watch TV. No net loss there. But if you eat the donut, you're going to be on a treadmill for 4 hours trying to work that off. Is that donut worth it? And that's
Correct.
probably a good way to think about foods that are not life-sustaining foods.
Right.
Well, I would argue it on days that donuts are life-sustaining, but in the bigger picture, it's not a life-sustaining food to eat. It brings up another question. I've heard debate both ways. The donut versus the chicken, let's say, the calories that are in both.
Mhm.
Is one better than the other? Because I've heard people say a calorie is a calorie is a calorie. And then I've heard people say, well, it depends on the calorie.
Sure. Well, I'll ask a question this way. Let's say that someone needs to eat 1,500 calories a day to put them in a 500 calorie deficit to lose weight.
Okay.
Do you think you could eat 1,500 calories of Burger King and lose weight? So it does, right? I mean,
yeah.
the kind of fuel that you add to yourself, it does matter,
Yeah.
so it does. Now, it's not the end all be all, but we both know that, the quality of food that you add to your body is very important, as important it is as the quantity of food.
Right.
You're going to want to stick with small proportioned meals throughout the day.
Okay.
Let me share this with you. I've been in the medical field for quite a time. And for you guys who don't know, my job is I see patients all day and they come in with a common issue. They're very overweight. and I sit down and I talk to them about what's going on, how do they gain the weight. I try to match one of the programs that I offer with their life goals and, of course, trying to fit their budget and things like that. But my job is I basically try to figure out what's been hurting them and how to fix it in a nutshell. 20 years ago, whenever I got into this line of work, what I found 20 years ago was that people were eating Burger King and Taco Bell and fast food and things like that. I don't really see that being the case as much in today's world. In today's world, what I notice is when people are pulling through the drive-thrus, they're doing it more out of convenience and not because they crave it.
Yep.
It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They haven't eaten since dinner or the day before, and they're just pulling into Chick-fil-A real fast because they have to get something in their body. That's what I see more. Okay. So that being said, they're still gaining a ton of weight, but they're not eating as much Burger King as they used to. So why is that? Well, here's why. Because if you are skipping meals, it's just as bad as if you're eating the bad stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You cannot expect to lose weight and eat once or twice a day. Hear me and hear me well.
Okay.
If you are only eating once or twice a day, even if you're eating clean, the scale will likely continue to go up. If you're eating clean, it'll go up slow. If you're eating bad, it'll go up faster. But you're not going to have a good time losing body fat eating once or twice a day, because you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If you eat bad a couple times a day, you're likely in a surplus. If you eat clean twice a day, you're likely in too much of a caloric deficit.
Okay.
I mean,
Right,
if
that
you
makes
eat
total
clean,
sense.
you're eating 300 calories per meal at best, and you're going to be taking in 600 calories for the day, and your caloric need is
That's not
at least
enough.
2,000. You're in too much of a deficit. Your body thinks it's starving to death.
And that's
So
going
what
to carry
happens-
over into the rest of your life. You're going to be in that caloric deficit. Your brain's going to be cloudy. You're going to have
Yep.
no energy, and then the life's things that are impacting a lot of the people that are in the chat is going to get even worse.
Correct.
So there's
Correct.
a good way to do this and a bad way to do this. It's
And-
important
and-
to get healthy, but to do it the right way.
And that's what I'm trying to teach is how do we do this the right way? Okay. I'll first want you guys to understand why you're being hurt. If you're skipping breakfast and you're just doing lunch and dinner, you're not eating enough and you are not going to win. The scale is going to continue to go up. It may not go up sharply, but it will go up. And after the end of the year, you'll gain a few more pounds. Add 5 years to your time and you're grossly overweight. So
Yep.
that's what's been hurting a lot of you guys out there. Think about this. If you guys are skipping breakfast, you're basically intermittent fasting.
Yeah, that's true.
Dinner was at 7 p.m. the day before. You don't eat until noon the next day. What is that, 16 hours? You're basically intermittent fasting.
And then
By and large and not-
doesn't your body go into like a fight or flight or whatever that into scared mode or whatever, so it holds onto all your calories? I don't know if that's a myth or if that's true.
No, you're right. It's what I was
Okay.
talking about before. Your body thinks it's starving to death. So here's what happens.
Okay.
When food finally comes down the pipe, your body will take half of it, give it to you for energy, which is what you want.
Right.
But the other half it's going to store away. Why? Because it needs to give you something whenever you skip the next meal.
Wow. Okay.
You've got to be counted on. Your body, if the more water you drink, the less water your body holds. The less water you drink, the more water your body holds. The more food you eat, the less fat it holds. The less food you eat, the more fat your body holds. Your body, Dwayne, doesn't care if it's 5 or 55% body fat. It just
Right.
cares if you're alive or dead. Okay. So what you've got to do is if you want to turn yourself into a fat burning machine, breakfast, lunch, dinner, 2 small snacks in between.
Small snacks. As you were talking, I'm sitting here going, that's kind of, you're almost describing a cactus. There's a scarcity of water. So when it gets water, it holds onto it as long as it can. And if you were to dump it, it'd probably die or something bad would happen. You're kind of it sounds like you're describing the same, to put it into the viewers so they can get a mental picture of what that looks like.
Yep.
It's kind of what you're describing.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I never thought about it that way.
Remember, your body has a very unique way of adapting to whatever excess workload you give it. If you're inconsistent with your meal timing and your body cannot count on you because it doesn't know if it's going to get lunch tomorrow or not, or dinner tomorrow or not,
Right.
it's going to store.
Okay.
Because it's trying to keep you alive. Let me give you an analogy. Your wife is Brandy, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Let's say let's go back 10,000, 50,000 years ago. You and Brandy are king and queens. You guys run a village, right?
Yes.
And you've got your normal village issues. You've got your hunting issues. You've got your disease. You've got your family issues. But the one issue you and Brandy don't have as kings and queens is your water supply, because
Okay.
there's a creek that runs through your village. And every day for 1,000 years, that creek has run strong. If that was your scenario, as leaders, you and her would never have to have a conversation about whether or not you should build a big structure and start storing water away. You don't need to. Why? You got plenty of it. If you want water, go get it. It's right there.
Right there. Yeah.
Grab your
Okay.
pail, take as many trips as you want. But if one day you and her woke up and that creek was bone dry, all of your hunting issues, your disease that you commonly have to worry about, you wouldn't care a damn thing about it, because you and Brandy know you have 3 days to fix that water supply before people start to die.
Mm.
And when
Good
you
point.
fix that water supply, what do you think the first conversation you and her are going to have? Whether or not you should build a big structure and start storing water away in case it happens again.
Right. And that's what your body's going to do. Carrying
That's
that analogy
exactly what your
over.
body is doing,
Okay.
guys.
No, it
When
makes
you're
perfect sense.
skipping meals and you cannot be counted on, you're the creek that flows one day and doesn't the next day, flows one day and doesn't the next day. If you're eating small proportion meals and you're a clockwork, breakfast, lunch, dinner, 2 small snacks, then roughly every 4 hours you're eating something, and you're that creek that flows hard with water every day, and you don't have to store.
Water's the big thing. I mean, that's one of the things, in talking with you offline, is that drink lots of water, flush that system, have that water. Your body craves it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to have other problems that will hit you. Okay.
Shoot for between 80 and 120 ounces of water a day.
That's a lot of bathroom breaks.
Yeah. And in the beginning, it will be. But I'll tell you what, I mean, everything from brain function to organ function to mood, I mean, your body just runs so much more efficiently whenever you're drinking plenty of water.
So would you
And-
say, for the guys and the girl there that are going through these type of things, I mean, yeah, we want to get you to the gym, we want to get you eating healthy. Would you say, I would, make a commitment that today or tomorrow morning, that you're going to get that water bottle, and I highly recommend one of these, or
Yeah.
actually one of these.
There I am.
Yeah, right there. And I think this is like a 40 or a 60. And just start drinking water and see what that does to your overall well-being. Start there.
100%. Yeah.
That'd be
100%.
a good start.
Yeah, guys,
and
and that's the key to it. You have to start. I mean, we can sit here on podcasts and talk about this stuff all day, but unless you put it into action, it's not going to mean anything.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about food. We talked about the benefits of how exercise affects your mental health, your confidence, anxiety, things like that. Let's switch gears and talk about what to do when you're in the gym. Okay.
Okay.
So you picked the health club you want to. You're going to go 4 days. I do not recommend going more than 5 days. That's too aggressive. 5 days at the most. Honestly, shoot for 4.
Okay.
When you're there, if you do a blend of both resistance training and cardio, this would be my recommendation. If you have injuries or if you have concerns, consult your doctor. I'm not your doctor. I'm
I was
not your
gonna ask,
primary. This is
yeah.
just a guideline here, guys. So I am
Consult your
unaware of what
doctor.
your personal injuries or problems are. It's up to you to talk to your doctor before starting an exercise routine. But assuming you get the all clear, okay, and you're in perfect health and you're in perfect shape to be able to do this stuff, then it might not be a bad idea to take like the first 45 minutes of your exercise program
Mhm.
and hit the weights.
Okay.
In the last 15 minutes or 30 minutes, you can choose whether or not you want to do what I call HIIT training or just regular cardio.
Okay.
I prefer HIIT training. I like to be in and out with an hour. So you can do high intensity for a lower duration, which is called HIIT training, high intensity interval training, or you can do what I would call standard cardio, which is lower intensity, but for a longer duration. So that would be like a power walk on a treadmill.
Okay.
Pick your poison. It's fine. Whatever you want to do. I like to get in and out of the gym. So I'd prefer to, do interval training and get it done in 15 minutes. If you guys want more information on what interval training is, there's something called the World Wide Web. Jump on it. I think you've heard of it. Give it a shot. Okay. You guys can Google this stuff. It's at your fingertips. So that's what I would recommend. And I would also split your body parts up. Okay. So assuming you're doing a 4-day split in the gym, you have to understand this. You've got anaerobic exercise, which is muscle building, and aerobic exercise, which is heart and lung health. Theoretically, you could do aerobic exercise daily. But when
Right.
it comes to anaerobic exercise, when you do resistance training, you are microscopically tearing muscle fibers, and you don't want to get out there and work the same body part if that body part's still sore. You're sore because you have microscopically torn muscle fibers. If we were playing football and I tackled you, Dwayne, and you had a scraped up elbow and you
Yeah.
had a scab on it, if
Uh,
you were to go right back out there the next day and tore that scab off, would it do better or worse for the wound?
worse.
Worse.
Right.
You have
Yeah.
to let the scab heal, the
Got it.
skin form, then you can get out there and beat it up again. Same concept with your resistance training. You've got to let the body part that you worked heal again. So you don't want to do the same body part more than like 4 or 5 days of the duration. So what
Right.
people do, because we're on a 7-day work week or 7-day calendar,
Right.
they usually do one body part per week. So let's call it chest and triceps on Monday, back and biceps on Tuesday, take Wednesday off, Thursday's legs, including calves, and then do abs, shoulders, and traps on Friday, and you're off for the weekend. That would be a nice 4-day split. If you guys want
Yeah.
other tips and advice on other workout splits, Google it. There's plenty of information out there. Just Google,
Well-
I don't know, 4-day workout routine.
Yeah, I was going to
split.
ask you, like, from your professional experience, what would you recommend? Like, is there a program out there? Like I did back in the day, I did the 90-day
What, with the
thing.
P90X?
P90X. I was a P90Xer. Had the T-shirt
Yeah.
and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
it did that because it did break that up. But like who would you or who would you recommend for that type of thing? Because again, I think a lot of people, they get into the gym and they were like, oh my God, they see the people over here, the people over there. They don't know what to do. And they spend the entire hour talking because for most people lifting weights, at least at the beginning, they don't like it. It hurts. They'd rather be anywhere else, eating a donut probably. What would you recommend? Like a website, a program, have them contact you, your company? What do you think?
Sure. The best thing in short terms is hire a personal trainer. That would be the
Okay.
best thing. A lot of big box gyms have personal trainers. That's what they're there for, folks. If you don't have it in the budget right now to do a personal trainer, because personal trainers are going to cost you somewhere around $50 or $60 an hour in that realm. Sometimes it's a little less and sometimes it's a lot more.
Right.
But you're going to have to invest in your health and wellness. But if you don't have the funds right now, then you're going to have to do it the same old fashioned way. If I don't have the money to fix my transmission, if my car transmission goes, then I either need to save up the money or I need to figure out how to fix it my damn self. So if you don't have the funds, the good news is that you can go on the World Wide Web and look at a whole bunch of different routines. I oftentimes tell my clients to go on Pinterest. That's a favorite of mine. And type in 4-day workout split and then look at your phone and go, okay, well, that's that chest exercises. Well, that's that one there and that one over there. Okay, cool. I can do that. Look, it's much easier and more fun to have someone go, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But it also has to fit the budget. And, in today's economy, no one's walking around with bagfuls of money in this freaking economy. So, you do what you have to do, but there should be no excuse for not getting out there and doing it. Okay.
Right.
Most of you guys have a phone in your hand right now, and most of you have the internet. So you've got all the knowledge in the world you need. No effing excuses.
And they can like and share and subscribe as well, since they have that phone in their hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And guys, if you can go ahead, if these tips and advice are helping you right now, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Also subscribe to not only Dad Talk Today, but also The Big Show with Jimmy Smith. I've got a bunch of social medias out there. You can follow us and we give tips and advice all the time that helps men become the best versions of themselves that they can be. But what I would do, guys, is I would do a 4-day split. You spend around an hour a day, clean up your foods. And I tell you, you'll see a ton of great progress.
Well,
And in closing, guys, at the end of the day, all the best intentions in the world are overshadowed by lack of action. You have to take action and you have to make a commitment. Some of the things that help me whenever I am looking at being, having the best chance of winning, I will literally print out pictures of physiques of guys that I go, man, I want to look like that stud, like that dude. That's the body type I would like to have, toned, athletic, whatever. And I'll print out 6 or 8
a vision board.
pictures and have a vision board. It's no different than the law of attraction, a vision board, whatever. I print it out and I'll put that dude's picture on my refrigerator, on my mirror in the bathroom, around the house. And then whenever I'm trolling around the kitchen and I'm about to go grab something I shouldn't, I'll look at that dude staring back at me and go, man, I bet he ain't freaking eating lasagna at 6:30 at night. Damn it. Fine, I'll go ahead and eat Brussels sprouts and chicken breast, So I find that being helpful for me. Another great tip that I would recommend, and guys, this will help you if you're trying to break the addiction of drugs, alcohol, pornography, and even trying to get back into a good weight routine. Find 5 people that you know, like, and trust, and tell them what your goals are. Okay. Call them up and say, I'm starting a workout routine on Monday. This is my plan. This is when I start. This is when I end. This is what I'm doing. And now, why would I ask you to do that? Because those people love you, man. They want to see the best version of you, and they're going to hold you accountable. A lot of times people don't like to share what their intentions are, because if you slip, no one's going to hold you accountable because you never told anyone. But if you're telling your best friend, I'll tell you, my best friend, he's all on my case, man. I can't get him off me sometimes. I'm like, damn, dude, give it up. No, bro, you said you're going to do this. You're going to freaking do it. Because they expect more. They expect excellence out of you, and they know what your potential is, and they know what you can do and what you can accomplish. They've likely seen you do it before in the past, and and listen, man, if they're on your case, it's because they love you. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. So tell 5 people that you know, like, and trust what your game plan is. Execute that game plan like you would your career. Execute the game plan like you're doing with battling in the court system, anything else in your life. So those are my tips, guys. Clean your foods up, 5 meals a day. Make sure that you're doing resistance training, a little bit of cardio, and then make sure that you're working out each body part once per week. You do that. This is what I would do if I were you guys. I would commit 4, depending on how deconditioned you are, 3 to 5 months. Okay, that's between 12 weeks and 20 weeks. Put your head down and focus on 3 things over the next few months. The people that you love, your career, and this. And when you pick your head up, no one will even recognize you.
Yeah. Maybe this may be something for the folks out there commenting in these groups. Maybe find 3, 4, 5 other people in here, and you all make a commitment that you're going to get together, hold each other accountable, get a plan, and do it. I mean, it sounds like the first free, easy option is start drinking water. That would be, that's free for everybody. 2, get those commitments from friends, the accountability partners, we call them, and say, hey, I'm going to commit on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, whatever those days are. I'm going to do this, this, and this, and hold each other accountable. Take the pictures. Hey, did you do it? And check in on each other. And that's going to contribute to your overall health in what we're all dealing with here and in life. So yeah, that's great tips, great advice. I'm trying to think of any other things in closing. It sounds like you pretty well you wrapped it up pretty good there.
Guys, nothing bad can come out of you doing this. Nothing bad can come out of it. And I think that's a great idea. You guys make sure you put comments in the comment section, like the video if you don't mind, share it with other people, and make sure you tell people what your game plan is. Lock arms with people that respect you and that's going to hold you accountable. And I think it's a great idea that Dwayne said, get together, the people in this comment section, and you guys, work and do this journey together, man. If you guys do that, you'll be the best versions of yourself that you can possibly be. Also, you'll improve your mental health, and it always looks good when you see yourself naked and you're proud of it. So I believe in you guys. Keep up the fight. We care about you. We love you. We know that you are meant for excellence. Guys, this is on behalf of the big show hosted by myself, Jimmy Smith, my co-host, Dwayne Ward. We want to thank you for watching another episode. And we're usually live every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern on Dad Talk Today, where we share things about men's masculinity, health, dating, and all kinds of things that just make men a men. So we'll see you guys next time until we see you again.
Hey everybody, Eric Carroll here. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of Dad Talk Today. While we fight for you, we would ask for you to please help fight for us. Like, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell so you get notifications every time we go live.